I got a lot to do, and just real quick, there's Zero Dark 30 right there for October 17th. And I was just looking at Zero Dark 30 for another reason. And what was it about Zero Dark 30? 3608 days. Remember, my divorce date was 8036. And my son was 8036 days old when I met my second wife. And on our divorce date, it was Groundhog Day, two times, whoops, 2009, 8036. Well, it's 3608 from Zero Dark 30 to our November 5th date. Good. We can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's okay. V for Vendetta. Don't worry about that. Did a lot on Telling Truth 3. Need to get on that. V, I'm sorry. At the end of V for Vendetta, Street Fighting Man came on. That was a song. Length 309. What is day 309? November 5th. So the football stuff is what it is. So watching V for Vendetta, which is the quintessential November 5th movie. Remember the 5th of November. So you've got your 79 or 97 coding for November 7th, November the 9th month. October, Octagon, 8th month. You got your 98 right there for the 98th verse in the book of Revelation. Got 98, 86 up there also. So it seems to be all over the place. Ta-da. And then the next number they flipped in the movie V for Vendetta, where they were looking at these pieces of paper. We had our 1117, event 201. You had 201 fused with 1117, the Bible verse, the right eye, and your rising date is 11/7. So it's just sort of all over the place there. Okay. I think it's going to behoove me not to So Take Shelter. Take Shelter was event 201.05 in length. So 201 was the length, or 1 hour, 21 minutes, Antichrist 121 in simple or English gematria. Ta-da! Take Shelter. So in the movie Take Shelter, address 14802, 148 is Donald J. Trump, 802 at the end of that address, text to Trump, 88022, 802 is in the heart of that or in the middle of that. You got 310 right there for March 10th coding, or the 310th day of the year. And that's the day after the event. So Intake Shelter, they had 59 coding there for November 5th, 2559. The truck had the 53, of course, on it, 5390. So Lady Flash, Divine Feminine Hand Signal in it, of course. Now we start getting into, went ahead and went the rest of the way through, and you do get, you've got 9597 coding for November 5th, rising on November 7th. So that was very interesting. And there were more. And there were more. By the way, I did hide the troll from my channel. Everyone's had a bad troll. You're going to get that every once in a while by Telling Truth 3. So 195 day, I got married, met her on day 295. Well, it's all about 95, isn't it? It sure seems like it, which is November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. That whole movie was about that. I'll tell you something else I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at Texas Tech's football schedule. Texas Tech football schedule 2022. State versus Tech.
Texas Tech will be playing West Virginia at Jones AT&T Stadium on Saturday at 3 p.m.
So Tech versus State, are they playing any state schools? Iowa State on November 19th. There's your State versus Tech, which is Dr. Pepper. The drink fans deserve, because what you deserve is what's coming. Theology Ed, who I think is controlled up. Could be wrong. But I think he's telling us cryptically that it's time. There's State versus Tech right there. That was on 88, October 8th. Isn't that something? 31-41 was the score. That's the game I was looking for. Oklahoma State. I knew Oklahoma State was in there. Conference. Okay. Okay. So lots of that I went through. And kept flipping through. Very interesting to look at all the numbers that flipped up there. And we had the 666, of course. Right there. 19666, 5229. And you had your 197 coding with Adam. All of this and the Take Shelter movie. The 98 verse, 88 Trump, 52, 88, my marriage to her, her marriage to me. Progressions. Theology Ed was breaking down Candyman. He's going to be doing all these Jordan Peele movies, you know, Get Out. The next one was Us, which is US. That was pretty fascinating. 98, 97, of course. 98th verse in the Bible is the crowning moment. And of course, the rising is when that takes place. They're all fused together right there. Also, I think that's everything. That was, you know, the 88. Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot. And they're all at Telling Truth 3. Storm Coming, of course, is in there. Now, Take Shelter, which is the Storm Coming. Take Shelter movie. It was kind of, well, I can't keep it from being too blurry. At the end of Take Shelter, the MPA number was 46673. 66th book of the Bible, of course. The book of Revelation, of course. All right. So in V for Vendetta, the girl's name was Evie, of course, for Eva, right? Of course. Now he was called V, but it was because his room number was 5 and it was a Roman numeral. Well, I'm the 3rd, my son's the 4th, my grandson's the 5th, he's the 5. So I looked at his birthday in 2012 to this offing date. And we have 888 in the seconds. we have 886 in the hours. First three numbers, 886, the 86ing of the 88. The amount of days old, 3692. And the months, 121 for Antichrist. That'll last another 20 days afterwards into December. So their numbers, of course, are 369. It's just and any numbers with any real meaning are the Lord's numbers, of course. They just pick, borrow, so on and so forth. Anonymous. When I first became into this world of conspiracy, the anonymous people, the anonymous guy, anonymous conspiracy theory. So when you start looking at anonymous, there you go, right? And so it's interesting. And that's who, of course, he was. And they used to make videos, these people, these anonymous people. Let's see if that will save. And hang on, let me check everything out here. Yeah, they both save. They'll make nice thumbnails. Charles Dubronx Oliveira getting ready for the UFC fight. They're in the documentary called Countdown. He was wearing the November 7th shirt and put strong on there. Yeah, because it's going to rise strong, the Antichrist. We also have the Sacramento city limits that they showed the sign. You have 418, which is 666 coding. You have 4187, which is the offing. And then it's fused with the rising date of 7/11. Also in the documentary, all three of these were in that documentary. They took a picture of this. Well, there was a car over here, but they made sure this was in there. Sunburst, the rising of the Antichrist, the sun god, 9779, either direction coding. Fascinating. All of that in the UFC documentary called Countdown. Guess we can bring that up for you. Yeah. I'm in the wrong channel. UFC Countdown 280. So all of it was in this documentary. And it's a full episode, UFC 280. Everything that I showed you there, those are all in there.
Opportunity for Sterling to prove.
And you see how they show things on the walls, or they,
fight was C280's feature back.
It's just random.
You must defeat.
Way it'll just pop up there, but we don't think anything is random. By the Mystery Babylonians that produce all this stuff. They are all made men in the system. And lastly, we go to the grid. October 26, 1985. All this hits on the 17th. When they, October 26, 1985, when they first went 88 miles per hour. Trump announces Jerusalem as the capital. 0 Dark 30 release date. Revelation 12, event in the sky. Nancy Pelosi birthday, annular solar eclipse 1979. New Year's Day 2000, a new millennium beginning. Total solar eclipse April 20th, 2023. Abomination of Desolation Day. It is a backwards cipher. I should probably color code that, make it a little stronger. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which is 9/11. Here We Go Again. Hammersmith Studio. And of course, I was at that wedding of Jackie and Tracy McGrady, stepson or son, NBA Hall of Famer. Tracy's number being that it's August 10th, 1961, 15688. And 9/11 is the 156th prime number. So it's basically saying 9/11/88. He hits on tomorrow. Well, his wife, and I was best man in their wedding, she's 12 times 16 times 1961. And whoops, I did the decimal. We'll do it again without decimal. 12 times 16 times 1961. It divides evenly by 37. There's our 1017. Now, so does Tracy's number. 10 times 8 times 1961. 5688. He divides evenly by 37. 424. If we just did the two of them, 424 times 10176. Okay. And anyway, that's about it. If you want to include both dates, great conjunction, and these will be for the 18th, the following day. The Great Conjunction, Blood Moon Total Lunar in 2014. Fahrenheit 9/11 premiere, November 19th, 2021, partial lunar eclipse. Dog days are over. Florence and the Machine, Birdman release date, The Girl Cut in Two, release date 8/8 of 2007. 1961 annular solar, August 11th, 88. Condo collapse. All of that hitting on Tuesday, but you can include it on Monday if you want to include both dates. And spot where we're at, if you want to give another look at November 5th, there's only, well, it's only 6 items. It is a total solar of 2001. Doesn't get much bigger than that, does it? The year of 9/11. And it's total solar. And by the way, that was on June 21st. Can't make it up, can you? Cannot make that up. Total solar, 2001. Mustang car release date, 4/17/1964. Donnie Darko, Director's Cut, Seattle, release date, Space Needle. Parallax View, Seattle. We get it. Barbara Feldon, Agent 86, birthday progression. That's pretty perfect, isn't it? Olympus Has Fallen, USA release date, 3/22/2013. Perfect. Tesla, company opens. I remember the top one and the bottom one were all I had at one time for this date. And it was way back when we were doing like August dates. And I was, it was only 2 dates, and I was like, wow, but it's interesting that Tesla and Elon Musk, notice his birthday, which is the following progression, also has an eclipse with it. Where is it? Oh, I guess maybe that was at the annular solar. I thought there was a total. Let me pause and look at it. Maybe that's not what it was. Maybe it was something else. But yeah, Tesla opening. Does he have 2 different companies? It was his 2 companies. He has Tesla, but then there's the rocket company, whatever that is. That's associated with a total solar eclipse. Name of Tesla's rocket company. SpaceX. That's what it is. It's SpaceX, not his birthday. So if I were to do a search on SpaceX, SpaceX opens shop. And there's a 2001 eclipse. So that's what it was. They're both associated with 2001 eclipses. Penumbral lunar, 2001, and total solar, 2001. Both of Tesla's companies are associated with 2001 eclipses. So we go back to our November 5th, the Tesla and the total solar was all I had at one point. And after doing just various researches, add-ons, thought about adding Barbara Feldon. A contributor might have gave me The Olympus Has Fallen. Barbara Feldon, I remember just adding that one. Donnie Darko directors, I remember adding that one. And I remember adding the Mustang. So it kind of grew, and they're all very solid to go with our big event date. Saturday night's all right for fighting. I mean, you are there. And he would be rising on Moon Day, with a total lunar eclipse on Moon Day in his rising day, Saturday Night Fever, which was at the Georgia Guidestones when they opened it up. It was all buried with it, about 4 or 5 items buried with it. Spin City, Back to the Future, Judgment Day. Avengers Endgame, Demaryius Thomas death. He was 88. They did a big thing for him for the White Horse Denver Broncos. So you got your White Horse coding here. Robert Trump death, 8/15/2020. The Highlander release date. And of course, he is the Highlander. The Killing Moon release date. Of course, this would be the Killing Moon as the Book of Revelation is open, where 2 billion are going to die. And this is the 7th and the 8th. The lunar eclipse spans both. But we know the rising day would be the 7th, 11/7. He would go down on the 5th. Trump came out to the Undertaker song, Florence, South Carolina, on 1/15/2022. I think it was the first time he did that. And he went to 2 different Florences also. King Kong Trade Center movie poster, 1976 movie. And King Kong would, of course, be rising, wouldn't he? Backwards cipher, the X across the United States connects directly to this rising day. If I'm not mistaken, we looked it up and it was 185 days, wasn't it? Oh no, this is the backwards cipher, the X across America, not the total solar, coming up in April 20th, 2023. No, this is the X across America. That's so perfect, isn't it? Let's just that is just, it's just perfect. If all of that, if for him to go down on the 5th, rise on the 7th. And would there even be an election on the 8th? I mean, what would they do? And look at all the stuff for the 8th. October 2nd, 2022. It's the Donnie Darko October 2nd date. It was really all about the first progression of that, wasn't it? Oh, 2015. Blood Moon, total lunar, 1988, total solar. You got an 88 total solar there. Total solar. And 88's total solar. That's just gigantica. Really is. We don't say backwards cipher anymore because it is the date. Total lunar eclipse, November 8th. Anyway, I think we're set, folks. I think we got our date. We know when the abomination of desolation will be. We know when the book of Revelation is going to be opened. If we do, the Lord gave it to us. If we're wrong, again, that's my flesh. Apologies, I'll give you already. Love you.